Guess what, Mumford?
Tell me.
And just a little more than a week away, we're back to school, and that's the end of Powwow Snagging Season 2015.
And guess what happens after that? All the young folks going to junior high, to high school, to university and college and trade school, well, you'll just move your snag and failures from Powwow over to there.
Over to the education institutions and the library and the laundromat and
the computer lab.
The computer lab and Facebook and round dances coming up.
That's right. And the failures never end.
The failures never end, ladies and gentlemen. That's the great thing about Powwow Snagging. It's got to fail in order for it to keep going.
And therefore, give us something to make sound even better.
So for all the Powwow Snaggers that fail all the time, well, you know what? It just gives you something to look forward to do. You try out a new cologne or buy a new tie.
And hey, come on, be brave. You don't have to let anybody know who you are, but inbox us on Facebook. We'll tell your story. We'll make it sound great, and we won't tell anybody who you are unless you want us to.
And don't forget to click like on the Heartbeat of Nations on CFWE Facebook page. Once you click like on it, invite all your gals and pals to like us too. That includes Mumford as well as me.
Getting back to the inboxing, there's only been 3 of you out there who've been brave enough to inbox a Powwow Snagging failing story.
Okay, yes, and we won't say who you are, but thank you, Raymond and Mark and Hamill.
Keepers.
I wasn't supposed to say that.
Well, we won't say our last name, so you're safe. But those of you from Coacatoos and Musquecheese and Morley, they know who you are over there.
Yeah, they know. So, Bobby, let me tell you. What do we got coming up?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing something a little bit different this week. Our first set of songs is brought to you totally by Midnight Express for your listening pleasure.
CFWE Nehil Tapa Patamon.
Meg otsuma da tuhtami CFWE FM amaskiti waskaga neketa.
Taylor Galvin. Join me Wednesday and Saturday nights at 9 o'clock for the National Aboriginal Music Countdown on CFWE, Alberta's best country variety. We take a weekly look at the biggest Aboriginal artists and songs. Coast to coast, it's the National Aboriginal Music Countdown, brought to you by APTN on CFWE, Alberta's best country variety.
Meet Kim. She has a way of making sparks fly. Why? Because she got hands-on training she needed to get into the trades. Now she's working as an apprentice welder, making great money and doing work she's proud of. Women Building Futures can help you get started on building your future today. Find out more at womenbuildingfutures.com. Sponsored by CLAC, a union that works.
This is CFWE-FM 96.7 Cold Lake.
Kidnapping. Natonico Doug Rain. I got with me a good friend of mine from the Siksika, Rod Scout. Rod Scout was a champion grass dancer in his day. And not only that, he was a champion singer. Rod had made himself quite the name on the Powwow Trail. Rod, what's a good message you'd like to give to the young people regarding carrying on tradition within the powwow?
Okay. Si tapik, stamun sinika kikit ni puks. Kami sinay kwan ke saksisu kitaki. Koman si tapiuk. Kan stay boys, boys tami ka tu ka jaksuk sini suha. Kenne omotapa tu sa omotap suk sini kitsi puks. Kagi tu tapi si po kipai tapi. Kenne jaksit sapu po. Ka paskan kana biante mana nana tau tu matapa tu pa aku matap sini saki manisipa tapi ki manista pasu aja ya sini oke estamos ka ki maka ki pinawapat ka Tämä sapika musuka sua umksimbai. Tässä kesken maakitseepu sinun okiikin paita piistu. Niin se ännistäisi panoutu tämä. Samika kimatuka. Samika tu. Okaksit sai sipaaki. Kissuksikaki. Katai saotista piitsim kipaita piistu. Okam kapaskan sukman stawakatuka sukman stawatuka. Samika kimakan.
Rod. Thank you very much, Rod, and we'll talk to you again. Ladies and gentlemen, Rod Scout is a former policeman. He's always active front lines with development, the development of community ideas, if you will. Rod Scout is somewhat of a linguist and is currently working on, working on a new Blackfoot dictionary.
For those of you who don't know Rod, he is also a champion grass dancer, rodeo guy, and one of the original Blackfoot Crossing singers.
Yeah, so having said that, I really encourage you to translate his words, to understand them, because they have a greater, deeper meaning.
Coming up, like our first set, brought to you completely by Midnight Express.
Hey, did we mention that Rod is also from Siksika?
No, we didn't.
Rod is from Siksika. There, I announced it.
And I'll echo the sentiment. Rod is from Siksika.
Hey, you know what else is from Siksika? Who else is from Siksika?
Who?
Nugget Bullbear is from Siksika, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
He's made his home in Lethbridge, Alberta, but he is originally from Siksika. So find Chicken Dance Champion Nugget Bullbear on Facebook and get yourself an official snagging blanket.
Wear it proudly.
Approved by Nugget.
Wear it proudly and don't be shy when you fail. That snagging blanket will cushion the fall of your emotions from 20 stories up.
What do we got coming?
We got coming up another set brought to you by the rockin' sounds of Northern Cree.
Tohten Alberta Nehio, Bikisquon, CFWE FM, Nehio Gitapahtamon.
Here with a sneak peek at what's happening on this weekend's Crook and Chase Countdown.
Kip Moore is front and center to tell about his new album, Wild Ones, and to tell us all about the wild life he's been living.
I had to have a couple beverages to get me good and loosened up.
We'll meet you here this weekend for the Crook and Chase Countdown, Saturday at noon.
On CFWE, Alberta's best country variety.
What are you doing tomorrow night? It's CFWE Radio Bingo Night. Every Monday and Thursday except holidays, we're calling numbers and listeners are winning big.
I've got it. I've got a bingo. Woo!
Just pick up your card from a local seller. Then tune in to CFWE Radio Bingo tomorrow night at 6 and play along. Get your family and friends together and play CFWE Radio Bingo from the comfort of home. Visit radiobingo.ca for all the details.
This is CFWE FM 91.7 Drift Pile.
My beloved. I'm talking to myself, sweet, sweet Dougie Love. As I look at you in this little mirror, I'm going to remind you of top 10 things not to say to your powwow snag. Number 10. I'm successful. I always snag. Number 9. Sorry, I don't have gum. Number 8. Can you lend me enough for coffee and gum? Number 7. I think you should chew this gum. Number 6. That gum you're chewing isn't helping. Number 5. I'm sorry. I only have enough gum for me. Number 4. Here. Oops, I'm sorry. You're already chewing gum. Number 3. Oh, that smell is your gum. Number 2. No, I'm not in any album at BertCrowfootPhotography.com. com. And your number one thing not to say to your powwow snag is, would you rather sit with sweet, sweet Dougie Love at CFWE? That's because they know the answer is going to be yes.
You know, that top 10 full of gum reminds me of one time there was that one powwow back when powwows weren't so big, which would have been some time ago, and there was only like 2 concessions. And you know what happened? They sold out of gum. So, as it so happens, it just happened to be a young... And you say I'm crazy. Listen to this guy. It just happened to be a young lady looking for gum. And the 2 concessions were sold out, so she bought a weekend supply of Halls.
I remember that. It ain't that a shame? Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, you know, sometimes when you think about the funny stories, the funniest stories are really true, as crazy as they sound. You know, one time when I was a young guy, I'm going to admit it, I did it. I went out and I bought a bandana to cover my neck up because I figured I was going to get a hickey that weekend. Well, come Monday morning, and Ma says, how come you bought 20 hankies? I didn't get a hickey. So what can I do?
A whole summer's worth.
A whole summer's worth of handkerchiefs, and I failed. But you know what? On a lighter note, I may have passed for a gang member.
20 times.
So don't forget to be humble, ladies and gentlemen, and admit to your powwow snagging and write to us. What do we got coming, Mumford?
We got coming up for our final set. It is brought to you by the wicked, strong sound of Blackfoot Confederacy.
CFWE Nehio Tapa Patamon.
CFWE FM, I'm Squat G Waskaigani.
whenever I, we're coming just a little bit time more, and summer's going to be done. And I'm sitting here reflecting on all the interviews of people from all over, and everybody had some good things to say, some things that have been said time and time again.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we but take a moment to stand and pay attention when an elderly person is on the mic speaking, if it sounds familiar next weekend or next year or even 10 years from now, it's because Indian people all over the country have similar teachings and tell similar stories.
When we hear those similar teachings and stories, ladies and gentlemen, it's not meant for you to think, oh, not that again. It's meant to affirm the teachings of your past relatives.
Ladies and gentlemen, to hear such things at different times in our lives, in different places, just look at it this way. Once today becomes yesterday, it was supposed to happen that way. We were meant to hear those similar stories again, to reaffirm or to remind us of something we maybe need to be doing, something we're already doing, something we're living.
Aside from the affirmations that we have similar beliefs, ladies and gentlemen, more importantly, it's a reminder that we're all connected. We all have the same teachings and knowledge passed on by the wisdom of past relatives because they were connected too with others.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are not my thoughts, not my words. They come from a collection of a lifetime of listening and hearing those similar stories. And some of the things elderly people say is, there's only one earth that we walk on. There is only one sky we live under. There is only one sun that rises and sets at the beginning and end of each day. And there is only one great mystery that we all pray to.
There's so much hubbub and hype and flibber-flabber and stuff on social media. Everybody's getting pulled in all kinds of ways and all kinds of directions regarding so many issues.
Regarding belief.
Regarding what's supposed to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only thing that's supposed to be is the wind and the rain and the sun and the sky and the earth and the mountains and the trees.
It makes absolutely no sense to constantly, I don't know.
Test one another.
Challenge
one another.
Antagonize. What should be happening is that we all do our part. We all, I believe I've claimed my identity. And now it's my job to help my sons claim theirs so that they can help their sons claim theirs.
Ladies and gentlemen, what should be happening is that people everywhere help reaffirm who each other is, who we are. I remember you. You're my relative from this other place that's far away that I don't get to see you so often. Things like that to help test each other's knowledge and memories of who we really are, not to challenge each other's knowledge.
Knowledge is something that we just simply pass on for others to use. And you know what? In the tradition of passing on, this week our dedication is by Mandaree. It's a reminder to everybody, to all of us, that things will always be passed down. This song coming up was rendered to Mandaree by their late father, Billy Baker, of the
original
Mandaree singers. Cedric Baker of the Eagle Whistle Singers. They took on the name Mandaree. And oddly enough, a couple weeks back, I got to witness Young Bear, the Baker Boys, sons of Cedric Baker,
The grandsons of the late Billy Baker.
sing this exact song.
And man, ladies and gentlemen, did they ever rock it. So, to echo everything we have just said, and again, a reminder, not my words, it's from a lifetime of learning. For those of you who understand the message, will understand the song.
Penan dohterbeg oma, anots, no tenen na schoma, hoe de eise penan dohterbeg.